You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is going on, and welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. It is prime time, baby, and there's over 17,000 of you guys in our chat room, on the phone lines, using Google Hangouts or Skype at the browser. All the plugins that I use to run these live episodes, you guys are filling them up, and I appreciate that greatly. We have a very special guest, so you definitely want to stick around for that. All right, question. Do you ever get frustrated? Have you ever been disappointed? Consider this. Frustration and disappointment come not from the circumstances. After all, the same situation can make one person totally frustrated while another person may not even give it a second thought. Frustration and disappointment come from your own knowledge that things can be better. The only reason frustration is possible is your ability to visualize a better world. When you're frustrated, it is because you have a positive vision, because you see and you know how much better life can be. Think about it. Isn't that great? The next time you feel frustrated, remember that you're not simply frustrated or disappointed, but rather you're busy envisioning a better world for yourself. Keep that in mind, and the frustration will become a positive force. Focus in your mind not on the situation, but on the possibilities. Wrap yourself around the positive kernel of your frustration and grow from there into something magnificent. Use the energy of your frustration to follow the powerful possibilities which that frustration presumes. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book your interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813, text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
All right. It's on days like this and at times like these where I can take a moment and really appreciate why we do what we do at Vigilantes Radio. It wasn't always every day that I was contacted by PR or bands and artists across the globe to talk about music. And when it happens, I can't help but just take that time to pause, smile, and remember that this is really what it's all about, the human connection and that ability for both the internet and music to unite us all. So guys, with that, let's welcome our special guest to the show. Hello, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How are you?
What's up, Dini? How are you?
I am doing great. Blessed by the best.
That is awesome. Hi, Vigilante Radio listeners. How you doing?
Most definitely. All right. Well, welcome again, and let everybody know who you are and your background, your bio, all that cool stuff.
Yes. Well, first of all, again, hi, you guys. My name is Shiro. I am a recording artist, and I have recorded with MC Light, Lord Tariq, Brandy, Tupac, DJ Quick, A Lighter Shade of Brown, and now I'm on the scene doing my own music now, and it's called Go Up Music, Gospel Optional Urban Praise Music, and I've just released a single, but I'm not going to tell you too much right now. I'm just let Dini also ask some questions and let you guys ask some questions as well. But that's just the little bit of it right there.
All right, most definitely. So how long did it take you to realize that you needed to come out of the background and step into the spotlight for a change?
Well, you know what? I've always felt that way, but timing is everything. I've gone in and out of that in regards to, doing some solo projects as well as, like I said, doing some background projects. But I've always had it in me to continue to do my own thing, but also contribute to those other artists that also appreciated the vocals that I had to bless their work as well.
Yeah, most definitely. So tell us about like the first music compilation that you've ever got, or the first mix CD that you've ever made for yourself. Like, who might have been on it?
Well, I was signed to Virgin Records working with Soul Shock and Carlin M, which was some big hitters. And like I mentioned before, I was working with MC Light at that time. Also, Lord Tariq was on some of my songs as well, and as well as DJ Quick. So those were some of the people that I did some compilations with and did and collaborated with as well.
Most definitely. It's a cool deal. And tell me about like the best musical gift that you've ever received.
The best musical gift that I've ever received is my voice, period. Because, don't get me wrong, you can get awards and all those things all the time. Everybody, I would love to do that, and I'm going to do that. I claim it right now. But the one gift that, just keeps on giving and just can bless the nations and all that stuff is just the voice that God has given me, period.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Definitely. And I like the big sounds you chose, and the Club Brewing Post. So the music overall found on Let's Get It that you put out. A lot of people are really into either West Coast or East Coast or Midwest or Dirty South sounds and style of music, whether it's R&B, hip hop, gospel, even country has a different region. Can your music appeal to people that like to get that territorial within the genres?
Yes, absolutely, because in this music, what we wanted to bring is something that can relate to the youth as well as all ages, and just go into the mainstream because of the sign of the times. And right now, the youth is in need of, music that they can relate to, that is not too preachy, but at the same time allows them to be themselves and encourages them through, situations, but at the same time, get your party on. We want it to be funky.
And so is that like the basis of what Go Up music is all about?
Yeah, well, the basis of Go Up music is, like I said, is gospel, optional, urban, praise music. And what we mean by gospel optional is, back in the day, we still love, and I still love and appreciate and will always respect the gospel hymns of growing up on the old gospel back in the day. But the optional gospel that we're talking about is now there's a different option for gospel style music that we're touching on now, that, like I said earlier, that appeals to the youth and can be played in clubs where people can enjoy the music at the same time getting a message. Yeah,
I love that. So you mentioned like back in the day and gospel. So what about the gospel heads, that old time religion type of gospel? And what about the people that love that kind, and the Ezekiel Walker and the CC and BB and CC Winans, that kind of gospel? Will your music appeal to them as well?
Well, again, this is a different type of style of music, but I believe so. I think anyone that loves the sound of music and great beats and great lyrics and melodies and something that has a message of encouragement, or either, something that tells you to don't give up, can absolutely relate. Sometimes we stay stuck in a zone, but at the same time, if you're opening up to something new and would give yourself a chance to vibe to something new, I think you'd love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Oh yeah, and you seem pretty pumped up about getting your music out there now, which is awesome. Because I listen to this no problem for all kinds of reasons. But why do you feel like now is the right time to really get this single out and going?
Well, because, again, the sign of the times, and, we love music. That's what music is a universal language across the board. And if you can't get to people by just communicating with them verbally, music can always catch someone somewhere at some time. Period. That's it. Because we're a world that just loves music, period.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So what other art forms do you connect to your music, if any?
What other art forms? Well, definitely we cross the board of different type of flavors. Just because we have, Let's Get It, it doesn't mean that we're going to stay here. We're definitely going to move in different areas. Latin music to hip hop to R&B. We're not placing ourselves in a box. That's not what we want to do. We just want to definitely do music that, again, we said touch the nations and encourages the people, that will allow us to change the lives of everyone. And there's no age limit or anything on that. We just want to change lives, period. That's it.
Yeah, most definitely. And how about your music? What would you define it as? Would you define it as art?
Yes, absolutely. Because, I am an artist. So I would define it as such. Because, you got to remember that in order to create something, you have to create it from scratch, especially if it's original, and that's where we're trying to go. It's original music, and it starts with first the vision. Just like if I could give an example of a canvas, you have a canvas, and the first that canvas is totally empty, but an artist takes a paintbrush and it then starts with a vision, and as your hands begin to move and you start to paint, then it starts to evolve into something that people can see it coming to life, whatever it may be. But it first starts with a vision from that artist's hand, and the strokes of that artist's hand begins to paint that picture for people to see. And whatever you get from that art or that piece is the story that you're going to tell inside. Not just the artist telling that story, but what you get from it as you look at it and what vision you see through that art. So, yes.
So I'm a big fan of your song, Let's Get It. Not too many artists right now are where you are musically. But give our listeners some real insight to doing something like that track completely on your own or with the team. What I want to know, or what I want you to do, is explain to these listeners and followers is how long from concept to master does a song 4 minutes and 4 seconds takes to bring to life?
You know, it really just depends, because depending on the team of people that you're working with, in order to have you create the song, once you have to find the music. The music has to touch you first before it touches anyone else. And it just depends on the collaboration of what you're doing. Putting the producers together and their schedule, then your schedule. Then if you have some people that you're collaborating with, Gio collaborated with us on this in regards to the vocals on this track, and making sure that our schedules are, coming together so that we are able to go into the studio and put down and lay down the melody and the lyrics, and I'm able to do my part, they're able to do their part. So sometimes it could be a matter of 2 months, it could be a matter of 3 months, just depending on how we all come together. And then again, you go into your mastering, and then that again depends on the scheduling of the producer of the song. So it just really depends on, what's happening and how you all come together to make sure that it happens.
Most definitely. And is it important to you to break through with a new music style?
It is important. It really, really is important. I've never liked to be like other people. I just like to be different at all times. And I just feel like whatever you bring, you have to feel it first before anybody else does. And it has to come from your soul. It's, I find it okay, and I'm not dogging those that do remixes and remake other people's songs. I'm not, knocking them at all. But I love to be original and to create my own concepts and have my own style of music that, again, can touch the nations and stuff like that, because I want to be able to say, again, this is go up music, a different style of music that no one's ever heard. So, yeah.
That's def. I would suppose there's a lot of freedom in being a solo artist, but why did you choose this path versus being in a group?
Well, you know what? I have experienced that before. And what I mean by experienced that, I have been in a group before. When I was 13 years old, I was in an all-girls group that was named For Real. And that is literally where I learned how to harmonize, get performance discipline, just stage presence, and just work ethic. And I was in that group for about 5 years. And then I ventured off into my own and started doing different things. Like I said, working with Brandy, A Lighter Shade of Brown, and stuff like that, and singing hooks for them. And so I've been in the group setting. But then again, I've also been in a solo setting. And there's nothing wrong with being a group, but I've always felt like I just wanted to do more and just to be independent and to just be free, to just be able to, express what I wanted to express without having to be held back by any way, just being that solo artist and being free.
I understand that. And that's noble. But let's talk for a minute about, because in the screen world, as some people call it, and then now you're in gospel, which is, I wouldn't say a big transition, but there it is. How did that whole process happen for you?
For me, I love R&B. I love all styles of music. I literally do. And I just know, even in the Bible, it just says God loves all kind of music. But I know for me, growing up in the church, that's why I started and built my relationship on singing gospel first and foremost, but then again touching in the R&B field and doing pop and hip hop and all of that. I love just music, period. But when I started to just go into my own solo career, I then did an R&B album, but that tug was still tugging me to do message music. I always loved to encourage people. That was always my go-to. If I was feeling down or any type of way, I felt better by encouraging others. And so I felt like, what way would be the better way is to use my gift to do the same thing rather than just writing it and posting it on Facebook and Instagram. What better way to do that as well as do it through your music? So that's how I transitioned into doing the gospel.
Okay. I have a question from the chat room for you.
Okay.
What is currently on your playlist that is inspiring you to create music?
I've gone through a lot of different things, and I have a lot of testimonies of survival and really tragic things, and, especially because I've gone through an accident where my car flipped over 4 times, and God saw me out of that, and I survived that. I totally am here to tell my story today because of the trust I have in God and the faith that I have in Him. And just going through different struggles in my life and watching God's miracles and me surviving those inspires me to continue to want to sing this style of music and to create message music, to encourage others, because I can speak from a pure place. I can definitely speak from a pure place. So that's what it is.
Yeah, and that kind of dictates the direction that you take every time you go to write a song or to sing a song?
Yes, because I would say that because I sing from the heart. So whether it be gospel or a love song or any type of song, whatever song I sing is going to come from the heart. It's going to be real to me because it has to be real to me first before I can sing it to anyone else or perform it to anyone else. It has to be real with me.
Okay. And how was life like for a young, I don't want to say her name, Shiro. Is that right? Or Shiro?
Shiro, yes.
How was life for a young Shiro?
How was life for a young Shiro? Like, I can literally say that it was challenging, but when I look back over my life, I have had some incredible moments, and some of those moments were growing up with my grandmother and just the love, the unconditional love that she showed me, and she actually brought me to Christ. She truly believed in the Lord, and her faith walk with God literally showed me that when you truly have faith in something and you believe in something, that which you believe shall and will come true based on the desires of your heart. And that's what the word does say. God will give you the desires of your heart. And I have seen it come to fruition for me and thousands and thousands of people. So I know that he is able and he is willing, based on, the experience that I've had, like I said, with my grandmother and watching family, going to church and being involved in the praise team, and growing from that, and going out in the world, in the entertainment world, and seeing both sides of the coin, gospel side and the R&B secular side, being able to see those sides and growing up in that also helped groom me into the woman that I am today. And I'm a survivor. Yes.
I have another question from the chat room. While you are inspiring the world through music, who's inspiring you?
Who's inspiring me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what inspires me is to see other people blessed and to be able to cheer for those that are being blessed at the same time. Not just because I'm being blessed will I say, okay, I'm doing good, but it makes me feel good to see other people blessed. But also the people that are covering me keeps me going. One, my husband, my family that is behind me 100%, and those friends that have known my story over the years and how my focus has been to continue to do my music, and I just won't give up, and I'm not going to give up. And it's not always easy, but just to continue on the path of trying to continue to do music. But basically those that are surrounding me, my inner circle of family and stuff, keeps me going with prayer and encouragement. Yes.
Yeah. And tell us about some of your creative team that kind of help keep the Shiro machine moving.
Well, I'm surrounded by some great people. So, Greg Myers is one of the writers of a few hits that are out with other artists, and you'll hear more about him as our music begins to grow. But he is one of the awesome writers on Let's Get It and Push 'Em Up and some of the other singles that are gonna be released as well. And he's wrote for K. Michelle and a lot of different artists. Also, Yanni, who produced this song, is a producer for Missy Elliott, Danny Lee. He's produced for Chris Brown. But there's a lot of different people that I'm connected with that have been in the industry and are still in the industry that have mega hits. Yeah. So I'm blessed by that, and I'm thankful.
All right. Well, this is usually the part where we play the song "Let's Get It," but the file that we have was corrupted, so we'll get the correct version and have it in the final version of the show. So no worries there. But I will extend to you our open floor. That means you somehow made it to the end. So congratulations on decoding my rambling, and thank you for to the listeners and people in the chat room who submitted questions. I guess I should hire you guys as staff writers. You guys are great. But maybe there's chances that I didn't mention something that you wanted to talk about. So take this time now to fill us in.
Yes, well, definitely I want you guys to stay tuned because there's more to come when it comes to Shiro. And I definitely want you to stay connected. And how you can do that is going to my Facebook page, which is Shiro. So those that don't know how to spell my name is Shiro. So for Facebook, you would put Shiro in twice. Go to my Instagram as well, and that's Shiro the Original. Twitter is Shiro the 1. And I also definitely want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube. And that, again, is Shiro, double Shiro. But there's a lot of Shiros. So just know, when I say a lot of Shiros, this is a Japanese name. So what can make you totally focus on my page and get to my pages. My backdrop is black and my name is in white. So that will be able to give you, the cue that this is my page, as well as put the song in. Let's get it. Shiro, let's get it. And my page will come up as well. But also, too, if you want to contact me for any reason for shows, bookings, I want you to reach out to Level G Present, PRESENT, @gmail.com. And I want to encourage you guys and let you know that, there is always a new beginning when there has not been an end. And what I mean by that is you're still living, you're still alive, you are still victorious. So you have not ended yet. So keep on going. There's still more to come for you. And know that there is a purpose for you. Know that your time is not up. Don't let anybody tell you that you are done, you are washed up. No one has the power to say that. We don't have the power to judge, but I want to encourage you today to just keep on living. And the biggest secret I want to tell you is I'm dropping the video for the first time to Let's Get It on October 11th at 7 p.m. So you really want to subscribe to my YouTube page, Shiro, and so that you can see the premiere of the Let's Get It video, and where you'll be able to chat with me live, make comments live, and all of that. So I look forward to seeing you. It's open. Ask any questions that you may have, and let's get it.
Awesome. Thank you, Shiro, for your time and sharing all your information with us tonight. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And I wish you much success and that you're blessed by the Most High.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for your questions. I encourage you to, again, reach out, because I have some encouraging stuff I want to continue to say to you, and I want to sow into your life. That's what I'm here for. That's one of my purposes. So let's do it.
Yes.
Thank you, Dini.
Thank you, Shai.
Shiro. Gang. All the way up. Call it heaven, man. Temptation everywhere. Snakes all around. Let's get it.
I've been through some things that you won't believe. Say you can't be saved. Take a look at me. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. Louis bag, diamond ring, Bentley coupe, gold chains, getting highs, and you focus on the wrong things. If you really, really want that real high, just call God's name.
Let's get it now.
Devil's alive. Yep, I said it. You ain't gotta sell your soul for the good life. Just go get it. The devil's alive. Yep, I said it. You ain't gotta sell your soul for the good life. Just go get it. Don't get lost in the souls. Making money okay. Only Jesus can save you, not material things. Ain't gon' lie, I done strange things for a little bit of change, but he still forgave me, no fugazi. He'll forgive you too.
All the way up. Call it heaven, man. Temptation everywhere. Snakes all around. Let's get it.
I've been through some things that you won't believe. Say you can't be saved. Take a look at me. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. Money's the root of all evil. Watch him throw that money when you drop it to the floor. Silence that can get you checks. Yes, this may be true, but give your life to God and watch what He'll do for you.
What He do it for you?
Yeah, give your love that stuff. Yeah, give your hope and help. Yeah, give your health and wealth. Yeah, give your sense of self. Ballin' and ballin' and ballin' some more. Can buy you the key to heaven. I say so.
All the way up, call it heaven, man. Temptation everywhere, snakes all around. Let's get it.
I've been through some things that you won't believe. Say you can't be saved. Take a look at me. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too.
All the way up, call it heaven, man. Temptation everywhere, snakes all around. Let's get it.
I've been through some things that you won't believe. Say you can't be saved. Take a look at me. I got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too. Got that story that'll make you wanna give your life to God like woo.
Let's get it.
That faith that if you really want it, then you can have it too.
Let's get it now.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.